All right, let's get to Washington Northwestern, then we'll hit a break, and then I see people are asking about the Rutgers game. We're going to get to Rutgers after. Our order is down here, folks, so USC, Michigan is what we're all done with right now, so we're getting to Northwestern, Washington, and then Rutgers and the rest from there. So hang with us. We're going to do Washington Northwestern really fast, hit a commercial, and then we'll get to Rutgers. Washington dominated Northwestern. Zach, 24-5. You got to love that the safety was in there. Right?
Nothing
In
says
there,
Big Ten like that. Welcome to the Big Ten, Washington.
Northwestern got a safety on you. But Washington, they did rebound from the Apple Cup loss. Will Rogers led the offense with 2 first-half touchdown passes to Denzel Boston, which, by the way, if you've not gotten a chance to watch Denzel Boston play, heck of a player, wonderful wide receiver. Jonah Coleman, another heck of a player, wonderful running back. He added 8-yard TD run in the fourth quarter, highlighted by a hurdle over one of the Northwestern defenders. Go check the highlights for that one. That was fantastic. Washington's defense, quite frankly, they were awesome. Now, I don't know how awesome you can be when Jack Lausch is the quarterback of the other team. He went 8 for 27 with 53 yards and 2 interceptions. So he got an F for me on the quarterback grades that I put out earlier today. Zach, let's start with the winners. Is Washington transitioning into a full Big Ten team now with that defense? Have they gone full Big Ten? They are getting rid of the Pac-12. It's long gone. They are a defensive team now. Have they gone full Big Ten yet?
I mean, there's so many ways I could take this. Because what do you mean by Big Ten? Is it like Iowa Big Ten?
It's like defense, man. Playing good defense. You got a safety in the game, right? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what we
to be
want.
fair, Northwestern got the safety.
Well, there was a safety
Washington
in the
did.
game, though. Is
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I think so. Like, I think they're preparing more for power type teams, and I bristle a little bit at that idea because uh that's not worth going. That's a rabbit hole that I'm not going to go down. Um,
So we still got like 5 more games to get to, 4 more
yeah,
games to get to. So
I'll just say that I think yes. Like I think Washington is a little better than I expected, and I think the defense is a part of it.
yeah, the defense is definitely better than I expected. I expected Washington to have a good offense. Will Rogers coming in from Mississippi State, he's a good quarterback, and I was a little questioning the arm strength and some of that stuff, but he seems to do really well. I knew Denzel Boston would be a good wide receiver. I just wasn't sure how good. He's been fantastic. Giles Jackson has been fantastic, and then Jonah Coleman has been the running back that I thought he was. Right? I mean, he had a fantastic year at Arizona. Now coming into Washington here, adding on to that, and then you have this defense as well. To me, it's just a shame that Washington lost to Washington State because I think their public perception would be so much better. I think they would be close to being ranked right now if
Yep.
they had beaten that Washington State team. And I think that Jed Fish has nobody to look at other than himself in the mirror for that stupid play call that he made at the end of the game. Now, you could argue should have put the game away sooner, but at the end of the day, that's the hand you were dealt, and you called a very stupid play at the end of the game. And that's why Washington is not getting as much recognition as I think they should, quite frankly. Is David Braun's? Let's transition over to Northwestern for a second. Last episode, we had somebody say that David Braun was on a Disney magic run last year.
Shout out to Sonny Verna.
Yeah, shout out to Sonny. If you're listening, Sonny, take credit. Is his magic run running out, Zach?
I'm gonna say no, but that's because I think we knew coming into the season that this schedule was going to be a lot harder than last year.
Yeah.
And so I would just say I think anyone who thought, well, Northwestern's going to win 8 games again this year, I think if anyone thought that, it was kind of a pipe dream. And I think I shared last week. Like I think last year was right time, right place, right roster, and what he did a year ago deserves a lot of credit with all the transition, but now he's got to be in year 2 and he's been dealt a really tough schedule.
Yeah. It's definitely not the schedule I had last year, and that's no disrespect to the Big Ten West, but I definitely think the Big Ten West was a schedule that fit their identity of play better. I'm not saying that the teams were much worse or anything like that. I just think that it fit their identity of play better, and unfortunately this year I think that they have some some teams on that schedule that are going to present new difficulties for them and
Yeah.
be pretty difficult. Doug Shepard is asking. He said, "Did Braun keep all of his assistants from last season?" No, I believe both coordinators changed. Right,
Yeah.
Zach?
Yeah. I know Zach Lujan came in from his former rival, South Dakota State.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually part of it too, is that I think David Braun wisely understands that what he did a year ago isn't going to fit in the new Big Ten. And so he's trying to come up with his own style, his own identity, and that takes time. And he's doing it in a year with a much tougher schedule. So I don't think the magic has run out. I think he's a dynamic coach. And just remember, the way Northwestern has always been, even under Pat Fitzgerald, who is one of the best coaches of the past 20 years, like phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
But he would have these years where he would win 10 games and win a division title and then win 3 the next year. And it's because you can't stack talent at Northwestern like you do at other schools. They just have
Yeah.
too many limitations.